Hey everyone, we're going to start here. Today we're going to be adding color to our to our fish. So here are some of the materials we're going to need. I brought back our tortillon from our drawing exercise. I also have a Q-tip, paper towel or a tissue. I have my chalk pastels. Make sure that you have the chalk and not the oil pastels. And then I have some hairspray. So just ask your favorite adult if they have any hairspray in the house that you could use for your project. So the first thing I want to do is I want to decide on what color I want to start with. And I've decided I want to use this blue-green, this sort of turquoise color as the primary color of my fish. So I'm going to start by adding some turquoise to the body. Now I'm not coloring the entire thing, I'm just getting some color down onto my fish. And I've decided I want to use a green, right? So I'm going to be making analogous colors, right? So I'm going to have a family of color here. So I'm going to use blue, or blue-green and green together. And then on the top here, I'm going to add some yellow. Like this. Now, when you're making, you're thinking about your colors, you want to have about a 70-30 split. And a good way to think about this is imagine you have 4 quarters, and 3 of those quarters are American currency, and 1 is Canadian. So it's like that amount for the color difference. Now, we have a blue-green, and so its complement is going to be a reddish or orange. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some red down here at the bottom. And so this will be like my 30%, right down here, the red. The reddish orange will be my 30%. And then I'm going to add a little bit of this, this orangish yellow to the bottom. Okay. Now again, you don't have to color the whole thing in. I'm just getting some color down. Okay, cleaning up my fingers. Now when I start blending, I want to have one finger just for blending, and the other hand is going to be holding down my paper. So use your dominant hand, the hand that you use for drawing, to hold your picture down, and then your non-dominant hand to hold it in place. So your non-dominant hand will be your clean hand. And then as you start to blend your colors, you're going to periodically wipe the pastel off your finger. You're actually doing 2 things right now. You're cleaning off your glue, you're cleaning any pastel that might be on your glue, and you're blending your colors. Cleaning that off, I'm going to go in and I'm going to blend my reddish orange. Remember, reddish orange, that's a tertiary color, right? Tertiary colors are a primary and a secondary mixed together. Okay, so I'm going to blend that together. just going to use my Q-tip here. So you can use your Q-tip or the tortillon to kind of blend those kind of smaller areas. So now what I want to do is I want to establish where my light source is coming from. And light comes from the top. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some white to the top of my fish. So I just took my paper towel, cleaned off my white pastel a little bit, and then I'm just going to add some white. So what I'm basically doing here is I'm adding a tint, right? So I'm combining white with the yellow and the blue-green at the very top. And I'm making a tint of those colors by adding white, right? Any color plus white is a tint. And we're going to blend those in. And then that's going to create the illusion of a light source coming from the surface. There, we have our light source. So if we have a light on the top, then we need to go on the bottom. We need to make it darker on the bottom. Right? So we have this reddish orange on the bottom. So what I want to do is I want to take its complement, which we already know is this blue-green, and I'm going to blend this, just a little bit of this blue-green, and I'm going to add it to this orange. And what that's going to do is it's going to make it a little earthier. It's going to make it a little darker. Right? It's just like when you take you have a whole bunch of pretty colors and you mix them together and they turn like this ugly brown. It's the same sort of thing, right? When you mix complements together, you're going to get a brown color. Okay, there. If we wanted to make that even darker, we could add a little bit of black, and that would give us a shade. Just adding some highlights, subtle. And there you have it. So now I'm going to take my pencil eraser and I'm just going to erase any pencil marks or any little pastel fingerprints I might have had on my piece, or anything I need to erase. Okay, so like here's an example. I just put a little fingerprint. I'm just going to erase that. See? There. And then once you have your fish the way you want it, you're going to take your hairspray and you're just going to dust this. Now, right now, it has the moisture from the hairspray is on there, but once it evaporates, that'll dry and your color will come right back. So don't be alarmed like when you spray your hairspray that